Hey, what's up there, YouTuber? It's Megan. Stupid. And yeah, today is something I've been wanting to do for such a fucking long time. Well, I finally got finishing it today. Today, I am going to talk to you guys about not just one, but two bands in one video. And those two bands are Mortician and Devourment. Got finished listening to all their albums. And I gotta say, holy shit, this shit is fucking brutal. So yes, first band we're gonna talk about is the band Mortician. As you guys can see, I have all their albums from Hacked Up for Barbecue / Zombie Apocalypse, Chainsaw Dismemberment, Domain of Death, Darkest Day of Horror, and House by the Cemetery / Mortal Massacre. And I gotta say, holy shit, Mortician, as you guys can see, is one fucking brutal ass band. They are fucking brutal. Like, their guitars are tuned so fucking low. I'm like, what tuning are you guys are in? You guys are like fucking insane. The vocalist is like, like the whole time. I was like, whoa, this shit just got heavy. Because for the first album I listened to called Hacked Up for Barbecue / Zombie Apocalypse, this shit has about this many songs, people. 32. Holy fucking shit. 32 songs on one album. That is a shitload of songs. I'll tell you that. But Hacked Up for Barbecue / Zombie Apocalypse, fantastic Mortician album. This was my first ever Mortician album, and I fucking loved it. For an old 90s death metal band, they are fucking brutal. Really, all the songs on this album are fantastic. Tuning very, very, very low, so I have no idea what tuning they're in. But they were incredible. I love the song, if I'm saying this correctly, if, this is the right song I like. I'm trying to remember. Hold on. No, the funny thing is I really don't remember. Sorry, guys. Oh well. So yeah, that was Hacked Up for Barbecue / Zombie Apocalypse. Next one is Chainsaw Dismemberment, which I fucking love. And when I listened to this album, this song had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre intro to the beginning of the song before it started. And I was like, holy fuck. No wonder it's called Chainsaw Dismemberment. And it's based on the theme of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, just look at the album cover. Yeah, it's obvious. And not just with Chainsaw Dismemberment. Same thing for Hacked Up for Barbecue / Zombie Apocalypse. Both of them have Texas Chainsaw Massacre-like themes into them. And I gotta say, Chainsaw Dismemberment, same like tuning and vocals for this album, but I feel like the sound of the volume of the album sounded a lot better than Hacked Up for Barbecue / Zombie Apocalypse. Of course, I can see that each album is changing throughout the volume. Like, some parts of certain songs you're like, having a little difficulty of what, like, you can hear the guitar or the double bass or the bass guitar. The bass guitar was like, I was like that, cleaning out my ear. I was like, what the fuck? This is some heavy bass they got here. And guitar-wise, yeah. And the vocals, I was like, it goes like that at the end of each song, and I'm like, wow. Because really, Chainsaw Dismemberment was also a fantastic album. Really good. Really good album. Really good. I love the way it got a little better with this album. Some of the sounds were getting a little better. So, yeah, that's Chainsaw Dismemberment. Domain of Death. It was a good album, this one here, Domain of Death. Because Chainsaw Dismemberment had 28 songs, and now this one, you can see, went lower. This one only has 17 songs. Domain of Death was good, but I liked the other two kind of better. Domain of Death, same vocals, same tuning of the guitar, same everything, but a little different with sound and stuff. But for some reason, this album was good, but I don't know. I just got a little bored with this album. I was like, Mortician's Domain of Death was good. I love it. I love Mortician, but I don't know. This album didn't really do that much for me as like the other previous albums did for me. So yeah, I gotta say this was a good album, very good album. I liked it, but some parts of it were just like, So yeah, that was that. So Darkest Day of Horror has 20 songs. It's good, but well, I don't know. I just like the album cover is good too as well. Hold on, I forgot to show you the album cover for Domain of Death. Here's what it looks like. So yeah. Darkest Day of Horror was a good album as well, as you guys can see the album cover. Looked more like a zombie apocalypse type theme album. But, same vocals, same guitar, same bass, everything. But this album was good, but I was like, when I first saw it a little bit, I was like, I can understand. Mortician didn't put so much effort into this album as they did for their previous albums, I can see. I don't know, the album cover was kind of boring. I don't know. I was like, zombie apocalypse, whatever. I've seen that before. And, everything else on this album was absolutely fantastic. I never get tired of listening to Mortician's albums. None of them. I love all my Mortician albums I have on this phone. I love just listening to all of them. I really do. So yeah, Darkest Day of Horror. It was good. Now for the last one called House by the Cemetery / Mortal Massacre. This I loved. 17 songs as well. 17 songs as well as Domain of Death. But I gotta say, House by the Cemetery / Mortal Massacre. Great album. I gotta say this. And for Barbecue / Zombie Apocalypse. And Chainsaw Dismemberment. Very good. I think those have to be like the big three of Mortician, because those albums were just fantastic. There was something about all of them I loved. Even on this song, like on one of these songs, like it said, like it had like this one person talk about the plague, and they says, "I like the plague. I like to see them suffer." And then like the song plays, and I was like, "Wow, that was good." Yeah. So yeah, I gotta say that was a great album as well. Same guitar tuning, bass, everything. Like all the vocals for Mortician's albums, like even the vocals and bass and guitar, all the same, but a little different. Blast beats for all the albums, like on this, like the blast beats for Hacked Up for Barbecue / Zombie Apocalypse, Chainsaw Dismemberment, Domain of Death, Darkest Day of Horror, all had the same blast beats, and yeah, I loved all. I actually loved the blast beats when it goes. I actually enjoy that, by the way. I really do. But the House by the Cemetery / Mortal Massacre. Love the album cover, by the way, actually. Hold on, let me show you guys. Yeah, that's fucking sick, by the way. Love it. Absolutely love it. Some very good 90s death metal, I can tell you that. Some very, very, very good 90s death metal. I can understand why Mortician was so popular in the day. Like, it really just had something exciting for everyone. Mortician was also at a New York Death Fest 2 by Useless Christ Records. I kind of wish I went to that concert, even though I did, because I didn't even know what was going on, but I kind of wish I did, because I was like, wow. A lot of great bands at this show. I should have gone. I couldn't believe I missed it, though. I didn't even know what was going on, but, things happen. So, yeah, that was Mortician, and now we're going to go up to another band. And that band is called Devourment. As you guys can see, I have all their albums called Butcher the Week, Molesting the Decapitated, Unleash the Carnivore, 50-Ton War Machine single, and Conceived in Sewage. So yeah, Butcher the Week. Butcher the Week was good. Here's what the album cover looks like. Butcher the Week is slam death metal, by the way. The band Devourment is a slam death metal band, by the way. Butcher the Week, it was a good album and such, but some parts of the album I was like, You know, it was great slam death metal, but I don't know, something about this album I was just like, okay, it's good, it's brutal, great album cover, but some parts with things, I wish they had more breakdowns and more, like, guttural, like, sounding vocals, because I like a lot of bands with, like, guttural sounding vocals, like, it's Cerebral Incubization, which I will be doing a review on one day, actually, but I don't know when, but, you know, I will do it, because one of the albums was completely guttural, and I was like, holy shit, man, this album is crazy. But really, Butcher the Week was good. It was a good album. I liked it. So, yeah. Everything on this album was the same as any slam death metal band. Palm muting guitars, fast double bass kicks, vocals, like guttural vocals, and a lot of blast beats. So yeah. Next is Molesting the Decapitated, as you guys can see here. I liked it. I can say that this was a fun album to listen to because, you know, the album cover was pretty fucked up. It has like a naked guy's head cut off with his dick showing, which I was like, oh my god, really? Did you have to do that? Come on, really? But it was just funny and weird at the same time. But the album itself was fucking brutal, I can tell you that. It really was. A lot of names for Devourment songs are just fucking crazy, and I'm like, wow. Really. As you guys can see here, yeah. Still a fucking great album, actually. Very good album, by the way. I still think that a lot of Devourment's albums throughout processing got a little better. So, you know. So yeah, that's Molesting the Decapitated. Next is Unleash the Carnivore. I just finished listening to this album today, actually. I liked it, but I felt like it went by way too fast. Only 8 songs. I was like, they could have done a little better with the 8 song stuff. They could have added a little bit more of songs to this album, because Unleash the Carnivore was brutal. I remember seeing it in the movie Deathgasm, so it gave me a little suspicion. I was like, I wonder how this album's going to sound like. So, you know, I gave it a listen. I was like, no wonder it's so good. It deserved to be in this movie. I can understand why. Even Autopsies, Torches, Hacksaws, and Graves, that deserved to be in the movie as well, because both of those albums, this album, the other album, fucking brutal. I really loved it. I really did, by the way. Really, 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 really good album. It really caught my attention. It really did. So, yeah. That was Unleash the Carnivore. Next one is 50-Ton War Machine. This is just a single, so it was a nice single, by the way. It was only one song. It was a good single. I loved it. Very brutal. Very nice. Good slams, too. So next one is, the last but not least, Conceived in Sewage. 10 songs. And I gotta say, I think this had to be one of Devourment's best albums. I don't know why. Something about Conceived in Sewage I really liked a lot than the other previous albums. I don't know. Something about this album I thought was really good. Maybe because the vocals were better, maybe because the guitar was sounding better, and because maybe it was a lot more brutal, too. Because when it comes to a lot of slam death metal albums, I like them to be brutal and heavy and really just out there. I really do. I'm looking for like really fantastic albums when I listen to a lot of death metal or slam death metal or deathcore or black metal or porno grind, like you guys all know. So yeah, you know. So yeah, Conceived in Sewage was a good album. I enjoyed it very well. As you guys can see the album cover right here. So yeah, that was Conceived in Sewage. So yeah, Butcher the Week only had 8 songs. Molesting the Decapitated, same thing, 8 songs. Unleash the Carnivore, 8 songs. 50-Ton War Machine only had 1. And Conceived in Sewage had like 10 songs. So I think Conceived in Sewage had a lot more songs than Molesting the Decapitated or Butcher the Week. It kind of did. I don't know. I like Conceived in Sewage a lot, actually. That was really one of those good albums, I can tell you that. So, yeah, guys, that was my review on Mortician and Devourment on all their albums. I hope you enjoyed it because I had a fun time getting to actually take the time to listen to all their albums. I just finished listening to Butcher the Week a long time ago. I just finished listening to that one a long time ago. I don't even remember when I finished even listening to that album. Because when I listened to that one, I think that was back in the middle of the school year. I don't even know for sure if it was or not because, I don't know, it's been a long time. And just today, for a fact, just today I got listening to Unleash the Carnivore and Conceived in Sewage and the 50-Ton War Machine single. Because, like, I was thinking, I need to start listening to, to these two albums. I haven't listened to them yet because I wanted to listen to them before I ever did, like, a review on them because, I didn't think it would be fair if I actually just randomly said something and it wouldn't make any sense to you guys because that would make me look like a complete retard, I don't want to look stupid. I want to look like I'm actually saying what I'm saying. Because Mortician and Devourment are like two of my absolute favorite bands of all time. Some great fucking brutal 90s death metal and some really fucking brutal slam death metal. So yeah, I can tell you that. Like for me, I love a lot of slam and I love a lot of old classic 90s death metal. Like Death and Morbid Angel and Cannibal Corpse. Yeah, and Immolation and Mortician. and and Autopsy because I love a lot of the great old 90s death metal bands because sorry. I don't know, it's just that I just like the really old classic death metal because and also not just that, Possessed. I also forgot Possessed. Possessed is a fucking awesome brutal death metal band. Like they even have a song called Death Metal for fuck's sake. That's how brutal they are. So guys, yeah. I'm gonna end the video off here. So hope you guys enjoyed this little video I made about Mortician's albums and Devourment's album. So yeah. So overall guys, keep it metal, keep it brutal, keep it awesome. Hope to see you guys all soon in my next video. Have a great rest of your day, and remember, always keep it metal. Don't forget that, guys. Always keep it metal. And yeah, so yeah, always keep it metal, and have a great rest of your day, and yeah, see you guys all soon in my next video. Goodbye.